Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for joining us on this very special day here at Minute Maid Park. Let's get things underway as we send it down to the field, and this young man who is a member of 4 Halls of Fame. Please welcome the voice of the Astros, Milo Hamilton.
Thank you, Bob Ford. Hello again, everybody. How great it is to have you all here and celebrate with us today. We want to take a very special moment all through this ceremony to realize how special it really is for the Astros family as we honor a man who has been a cornerstone of the team since his rookie season back in 1988. He got his first career hit off Cy Young Award winner Orel Hershiser on June 29th, 1988, and oh, how far he has come. 20 years later, almost to the day, on June 28th of this year, Biggio knocked a 2-0 pitch from Aaron Cook into right center field to become the 27th member of the exclusive 3,000 hit club. On this historic night, he also became only the 9th player in Major League history to reach this milestone while playing for the same team. And to start it off, we want to welcome our guests down here on the field. First off, Astro owner Drayton McClain Jr. and his wife, Elizabeth. Astros President of Business Operations, Pam Gardner. Astros President of Baseball Operations, Tal Smith. Astros General Manager, Tim Purpura. Please welcome a friend of the Astros and Craig Biggio's longtime agent, Barry Axelrod. And over to my left, the Director of Communications for the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, Brad Horn. Next, a longtime friend of Craig, war number 7 as well. They were teammates from 1988 to 1993. Please welcome Casey Candell. Next, we welcome the all-time strikeout king, whose 7 no-hitters place him in baseball immortality. His number 34 hangs right up there in the rafters. Please welcome Hall of Famer Nolan Ryan. Our next guest, in his 23rd season with the Astros organization and as the Astros bench coach back in '92, was instrumental in Craig Biggio's move from catcher to second base and served as his personal mentor. Please welcome Matt Galante. Craig has long been known for his outstanding work in the community, which we will touch on a bit later. Please welcome the Executive Director of the Sunshine Kids, G.W. Bailey, and a young man who has over the years become close personal friends with Craig, one of the Sunshine Kids, Frankie Velasquez. Our next guests have been very close to the Biggios and are a special part of the Astros family. Please welcome Nancy Caminetti and her daughters, Kendall, Lindsay, and Nicole. And finally, no introduction needed other than to say that he joined with Biggio to form the original Killer Bees in the early 90s. His number 5 will be retired 2 weeks from today. Welcome, number 5, Jeff Bagwell. And now the moment you have been waiting for. Please welcome the 27th member of the 3,000 Hit Club and hometown hero, entering through the split of the big wagon gate in right field with his wife Patty, sons Connor, Kevin, and daughter Quinn, number 7, Craig Biggio. Biggio, Biggio. All right, as they come to their chairs, let's really give them the welcome, the Biggio family. All right, now we want to direct your attention to the big video screen. You're going to love it. A very special tribute.
Line drive, right center field. That's number 3,000. And he drives in a run, and he's going for second. Tavares with the throw. He's out, but that's 3,000 hits for Craig Biggio. It ties the ball game. He arrived 20 years ago from Smithtown, New York with Texas-sized dreams. And now, as he's mobbed by his teammates, those dreams have become reality. And they'll be recognized someday in another town in New York, Cooperstown. 3,000 hits for Craig Biggio, the 27th man to reach that figure.
Here comes Patty and Quinn, the boys in uniform tonight down in the dugout. Connor and Kevin have been on the last couple of road trips.
We were told Craig did not want the game stopped very long tonight, but obviously the moment has to be celebrated.
Oh, absolutely.
What a time for Houston baseball. One of the few players to get all of his 3,000 hits for one team.
He's loving it with the boys, and Patty and Quinn, just 9 now. Craig Biggio becomes the 9th player in Major League Baseball history with 3,000 hits or more, all with one team. And he is overwhelmed. He was bound and determined to get to second base. He wanted that double in the worst way.
Pitcher coach Dave Wallace, Lance Berkman. And now it's time to go out and play second base. He's tied this game 1-1.
I wonder if Garner's going to take him out of the game.
27 of the year. Number 3,000 has arrived. Back in a moment.
Or maybe he can't find his own glove.
No, Mr. Bagwell needs to pay them.
Oh, here comes Jeffrey Robert Bagwell. And Biggio's not going to let him stay in that dugout. He wants him out on that infield grass. Stand between first and second. You were there together for 15 years. Not only great teammates, but great buddies right along with it.
Well hit, Biggio really rips it to left, home run.
Swinging, fly ball, left field, it's gone. Holy Toledo!
Biggio, number 1,000.
So you've only got 2,000 more hits to go.
Biggio gets it into left field, base hit. He's on for the third straight time tonight. Taps it. That is hit number 2,000. The first Astro to get 2,000 hits in a career with Houston.
And there it is, career hit number 2,500 for Craig Biggio. That puts him in some very exclusive company.
Biggio gets double number 500 of his career.
That gives him 1,000 runs batted in for his
base hit number 2,600.
And that's 2,800.
Holy Toledo!
Line drive right center field. That's number 3,000. And he drives in a run. And he's going for second. Tavares with the throw. He's out, but that's 3,000 hits for Craig Biggio.
We have the newest member of the 3,000 hit club.
I thought that was one of the most exciting baseball games I've ever seen.
It was just a great night. It was, you could tell about the second hit he got, I could tell that he's going to do it tonight for sure.
Single, one away.
2,999.
You know, the game was on the line. We needed to score runs. So when I was standing on second, it crossed my mind that, hey, he could get number 3,000 and drive me in. And sure enough, he did. Got that line drive to right center.
There it is. Here comes Osmond to start it time.
3,000 hits for Craig Biggio.
What a night it is for the Biggio family.
The most unusual thing, the game kept going on. And Craig got 2 more hits after the 3,000th hit.
Base hit, 4 straight. We've got 14 hits, he's got 5 of them.
Second time in his career he's done that.
For a guy to get 5 hits on that night, it's just beyond anyone's wildest planning. And it had never happened before for anybody getting number 3,000. So that's what we enjoy so much about sports, the unknown, the unplannable. It's just a fantastic night.
Oh, here comes Jeffrey Robert Bagwell. And Biggio's not going to let him stay in that dugout. He wants him out of that infield grass. Stand between first and second. You were there together for 15 years.
It was a great gesture on behalf of Biggio to not only a great teammate, but his best friend maybe. Those are things that you cannot separate.
I kind of expected him to pull him on the field. It just seemed like that was a normal thing to do.
You know, I just wanted to give him a hug, and then he kind of dragged me out there. He said he wanted me out on the field with him one more time. And then when we finally got out there, I turned to him, I said, bro, I said, man, I'm in the middle of the field with my street clothes on. I said, what are we doing here? He said, I don't care. I just want you out here. And that was special for me. Didn't want to detract anything from him because that was his moment. And I was just happy to be there, and I couldn't have been more proud of him.
For him to do it the way he did it, I mean, it just not only captured the imagination for his team, the franchise, the city, but all of baseball got wrapped up in it the way he did it.
For him to get 3,000 hits and to do it all with the same club is pretty spectacular.
Playing as much as he's played and doing everything that he's done over his career it's kind of a lost art now, because you don't see guys playing every day.
Craig has done it with a flair, and for him to do it with the same team his whole career is very special.
No, he's one of those guys, he always approached the game hard, played hard, and it's just good to see something good happen to a good person.
A lot of ball players that come through that don't even get close to that and are great ball players, and to get 3,000 hits and especially do it with one team is an honor for sure.
Just happy somebody's able to do it in the Astros uniform, but I'm still a Houston fan deep down inside.
I certainly appreciate what Craig's done. He's in his 20th year in the big leagues, and he still looks like he's in his 5th year in the big leagues. He looks young, he acts young, and God love him.
This is a kid homegrown and played 20 years in the same ball club. You don't find that many places anymore.
3,000 hits is certainly one that places Craig in a very elite category.
What's amazing in the history of baseball, Craig was the 27th person to get 3,000 hits.
Let me congratulate you, Craig Biggio, on a wonderful career, and welcome to the club.
Craig, I know you haven't seen me play by any means, but I have seen you many times. You've been a hell of a ball player for a long time, and 3,000 hits is not easy to get.
Craig, you know I've always been a big fan of yours and a good friend, and I just want to congratulate you on getting 3,000 hits.
Hey Craig, congratulations. Welcome to the 3,000 hit club.
Hey Craig, congratulations on hit 3,000. Welcome to the 3,000 hit club.
I want to congratulate you on the 3,000 hit. You deserve it. You've been playing the game for a long time and you play it right. Congratulations on your 3,000.
Only 26 players in the history of Major League Baseball had ever reached the 3,000 hit plateau.
And now he is 30 away.
And that's a ridiculous number.
It's a tremendous feat. It's tremendous that he's done it with one organization.
High drive left field. Biggio makes a bid, and the Astros take the lead. And Craig's march to 3,000 in an Astros uniform has been a testament to how Craig has approached the game and how he has approached his life.
Never have seen Craig have a moment in there in that whole span of his career where he just didn't run a ball out, he just didn't go full steam, to try to win a ball game.
He doesn't know anything different other than to try 100% every single time, whether it's a ground ball to the pitcher, running first, fielding a ball in the infield, and laying out and diving on the Astrodome turf. He knows one speed, and that's full throttle.
Biggio lines one right field, base hit, Biggio ties it!
Craig Biggio has spent the last 20 years of his life laying it all on the line for his teammates, for his fans, and for his family. The fresh-faced kid from Long Island has long since become a Texan and will forever be remembered as one of the greatest Houston Astros of all time.
When I grew up in Long Island, New York, it was a small little town, typical, probably middle-class upbringing. Used to walk to school every day, rain or shine, no matter what it was, and it was nothing special. I was pretty good in high school, I thought. I could have got drafted out of high school, and could have went and played for football if I wanted to also. I didn't sign out of high school because of I said, if you can match my scholarship for what that was worth, then I'll sign. If not, then I'm not going to. Don't even bother.
So it was off to Seton Hall, where Craig was named first-team All-American with 14 home runs and 69 RBI in his junior year. He spent his summers playing in the Cape Cod League alongside other big hopefuls such as Robin Ventura and Mo Vaughn.
For me, I didn't realize until I got to Cape Cod. And I played summer ball in Cape Cod, and when I went up there, that's supposedly the cream of the crop, where everybody's going to go and the best players of the country go up there and play. And, when you look around and you kind of go, well, I got a chance.
And that chance came on draft day, 1987.
Draft day was pretty simple. There was no Scott Boras, there was nobody, no major agent sitting around this and that, but you kind of had a feeling where you should go, but where you were going to go back then, you never really knew. My wife has a beach house with her parents, and we went down there, and because I didn't want to be sitting there with, like, you see these guys on TV now, they're waiting for the phone to ring, and the phone ain't ringing, seeing everybody else keep going, and the draft back then was not like it is today. Things were totally different, but I keep saying that, but so you never really knew. So I went down there, and they called my mom, and then my mom called me, and then I got in touch with the Astros after that.
As the 22nd player selected in the June 1987 draft, Craig spent a year in A-ball Asheville and tore up AAA Tucson in 1988, where he hit .320. With fewer than 500 minor league at-bats, on June 26, 1988, Craig Biggio got his call to the big leagues.
I think I got the clubhouse at 6 in the morning or something like that, and they had this bunk room in the back, and I tried to get some sleep, but I don't think I got any. And then Hal Lanier came in the back and said, "Hey kid, you all right?" I was like, "Great, Mr. Lanier, sir." And he's like, "Can you play today?" I'm like, "Absolutely. That's what I'm here for. You want me to play? I'll go play." He's like, "You tired?" I go, "Yeah, I'm fine." And I could have, and it was just unbelievable. You got to remember back then. Things were a little bit different. So I was 22 or 23. Next closest guy to my age was 30. So I didn't speak unless I was spoken to. I didn't go to the bathroom unless I asked. "Can I?" "Yes, sir." "Kid, do this, do that." And Nolan Ryan was 2 lockers down from me. Buddy Bell was 6, and then this is some pretty cool stuff right here.
He would sit in the clubhouse after games, and they'd all sit around and drink beer and talk baseball, and he would sit there and not say a word. And if he said a word, they'd tell him to shut up. And he would just soak all of that in, everything that they were talking about. And he learned to keep his mouth shut, and he learned so much about the game and so much about what it means to be one of the best players in the game.
The thing I think impressed me about him was that he looked very athletic, and for a catcher, how well he ran.
One of the things that we all noticed is that when Craig swung the bat, his bat looked like it stayed on the ball a long time. And so we all could agree that we thought he was going to be a very good hitter. Now, you don't start making predictions, Hall of Fame and all this kind of stuff, but certainly we were excited about what this young kid was going to have.
I knew he was a heck of an athlete. You could just see his actions behind the plate and the way he could run. But I was a little concerned because he was so small to be a catcher. about 165 pounds soaking wet. You know, we had guys like Dave Parker that used to like to take catchers out and put them in the nickel seats. And I could imagine, you know, him getting run over by a guy like Dave Parker and might end his career. So it wasn't too long after his first year with me that we started thinking about moving him to the middle of the infield.
I was scared to death. It was pretty much giving you a uniform right now, let you go stand up there and try to get a hit in the big leagues. And that's, I mean, it was hard. It was so hard. I had a pretty good arm when I was in college, and then I think as time goes on, you start losing some of it. I threw average by the time I got here, but you could run. And if you could run, sooner or later, you're not going to be able to run from squatting all the time. So ever since I got to the big leagues, he's like, he's a catcher now, but sooner or later, they're going to have to move him center field, second base, whatever. And then at the end of the year, Artie, he took me to lunch and said, I think we're going to, you know, this is what we would like for you to do. And I think that, making a long story short, if you can consider the fact that this is going to make you a better player and make the team a better player, I really think you should do this and consider this.
I remember he wasn't really ecstatic about moving, you know, because he was an all-star catcher.
He wasn't doing it. There's no way. You know, Craig can get hard-headed, as some of us know, and he's mellowed out quite a bit now. And I think he's realized at this point that that's probably one of the best things that's happened to his career.
I was surprised, and I remember Craig saying to me, Pat, trust me on this.
I thought it made sense because of the wear and tear that it takes on people's legs. And I felt like that he was athletic enough that if anybody was going to be able to make that change, I thought it was a natural to go to second.
When we made the switch, Craig said a couple things to me. He said, don't tell me what I'm doing right, tell me what I'm doing wrong. He said, and if we're going to do this, I want to win a Gold Glove.
Look at Biggio, throw to first, got him!
I think probably the best skill that he had is just downright dogged determination. So I think all of us felt like wherever he moved, if he moved to second, he was going to make it work, and certainly he did.
I think that was probably very, really the first time that I saw how hard he worked.
Obviously, Matt Galante, I've talked about him. Without him, it would have never worked as well as it did. Because when I came down here, he took my glove away and he gave me a paddle. And I'm like, what is this paddle for? Because you can catch with this paddle, you can catch with anything. And he's right. I mean, because you catch the ball in soft hands, and I used that paddle so much, and it was so thin. My hand was so swollen that I couldn't play in the first 2 games of spring training when they started. But if it wasn't for that paddle taught me proper positioning, so many different things. And but if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be here today talking.
It's nice to think you're a part of it, okay? But Craig did the work. I mean, if it wasn't for the amount of work that Craig did, it would have never happened. It's nice to have been part of it. I'm proud of the fact that he's done so well. I'm proud of the fact I was able to do a little bit for him. But again, he's the one that did it.
Leading off from the Houston Astros, second baseman Craig Biggio.
And in the 1992 season, his first as a second baseman, Craig Biggio became the first player in Major League history to make the All-Star team as a catcher and as a second baseman.
I'll never forget, this is where I was when they announced that he made the All-Star team as a second baseman. Because I was in my car and I was like, oh, I had to like stop. It was pretty important, or not important, it was just really emotional at the time. I was shocked because I knew what had gone into that transition.
By 1994, Craig had earned his first of 4 Gold Glove awards at second base and went on to become an 8-time All-Star.
Ground ball to short, Bogar, Biggio.
As Biggio was racking up the numbers and hauling in the hardware, so too was his teammate Jeff Bagwell. Together in their prime, they were arguably the best tandem in all of baseball and will forever be linked not only to each other, but as the faces of the Houston Astros.
Pretty good guy to be linked with. He's a good guy. He's a great player, and played the game the right way. And I think we just really have a great respect professionally as far as from that concern. the way we both went about our business. And to be linked with him, I couldn't think of somebody better to be linked with.
I think of anybody in the game at those particular times, I thought that we complemented each other. I couldn't have been Jeff Bagwell without Craig Biggio, and Craig probably couldn't have been him without me.
I have said many times that Craig and Jeff have been the heartbeat of the Houston Astros, and he will set an example that will be important to us for many years to come.
When a new player came into this town, and we had some players come here that maybe didn't have great resumes attitude-wise or behavior-wise. When they got here, I think Biggio and Bagwell let them know that in this clubhouse, some things don't go.
We've got a bronze statue of each of them outside our ballpark, and I think that says a lot. You know, these guys are the cornerstones. They are the two players that have taken this franchise where we are today.
They go hand in hand. They've had an unbelievable career together.
The greatest times, it's when they've had each other to share it with, and then the hard times when everyone was coming down on them. And I think that that's what's going to keep them, their friendship going forever.
A couple of years ago, Tony La Russa was at spring training. We were going down the list of all the teams in the National League and how they changed and who was new. And he comes to Houston and he goes, "Same old jerks." And he meant Bagwell and Biggio. And he said it in the way of ultimate respect, that I love the way they play, but I hate playing against them.
They're tied for first as far as, I've been in this league now 12 years. And those two guys, I know this is about Craig, but it's hard to think about one without the other. And they were always in the lineup every game. They never took a day off, and it just was so irritating.
They stood next to each other at first and second base for 15 years. And Jeff Bagwell drove in Craig Biggio, one player knocking in the other, more so than any other combination in the history of the game. How can you avoid linking them together?
Several years ago, we wanted to induct them into the Texas Baseball Hall of Fame. But Craig Biggio had a conflict. He was being honored in Denver with something else. And Jeff said, well, I would feel much better if we could do it together. Not only have they been linked together by others, they linked themselves together as far as their playing careers.
There's no person that I would rather be linked with than Craig. I think he embodies everything you want in a baseball player and a person.
And over the course of his 20-year career, that is the one common thread that has woven the fabric of all Craig Biggio's relationships. He is everything you would ever want. He respects the game, and he plays the game the right way.
By Helton dive in, he flips Biggio safe at first to run scores.
One of the things I learned from Craig, early on in 1993, you got to respect the game. I didn't quite understand what he was saying at the time, but as I've seen Craig and Jeff, but other players, where they respect the game, and you got to play it the right way. I think that's one of the things that has made Craig's career so special, is the respect he has had for the game.
He gets dirty. He plays it hard. I don't think there's a ball that he's ever hit that he hasn't hustled down the line at first base.
He plays the game the way it should be played. And if everybody did that, we'd have better teams.
People ask me, would you do your career all over again? And I say no, I would not want to do it all over again. Because I think it's so much harder now to play the game today because of the media scrutiny. That is hard. That's hard on players. And that's why I love my early years. They were so simple. Simple guys, simple way, just play the game. And that's why I treasure that time. To me, it's so valuable to me. So would I want to do anything all over again? No, because I think I did it the right way. I did what I was supposed to do. We just play the game. We love the game. And 3,000 hits is never, that's a ridiculous number. It's such a small list to say that, you were trying to achieve it as a younger player is crazy.
Yes. Line drive, and there's one of them. He's two away. Oswalt to second. 2.998.
Paul Mahler told me about 3 years ago, he goes, you're going to go for 3,000? And I was like, Molly, man, I'm just trying to survive next year and see what happens. Who knows? But he says, if you do, just let me give you one piece of advice. Just enjoy it. Make it something that is really fun, because it is. Don't make it something that's burdensome, like you gotta do it, just enjoy it, run with it, have fun with it, and that's what I'm gonna do.
Biggio, number 1,000. Every Hall of Fame eligible player who has reached 3,000 hits is a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Very, very few people obviously ever reach this plateau, and you need both great ability and great durability to do it, and he has both.
Backhanded Atkins, long throw across, he's errant, and Biggio reaches and will reach second base on the high throw by Garrett Atkins.
A lot of pressure on the official score.
It is a hit, a single, and an error on Atkins, 2,999.
And when you look at all the great players that didn't get there, it's quite an achievement, and so it's going to be interesting to watch it and see when it does happen, and it's going to bring some recognition to the Astro organization that we haven't received before.
He singled in the third, a line drive over shortstop. Ground ball behind third in the fifth.
Double down the line. How about it? Look at Patty. Some anxiety going on there.
And Quinn,
there's his daughter Quinn. She's getting after it.
Line drive right center field. That's number 3,000. And he drives in a run, and he's going for second. Tavares with the throw. He's out, but that's 3,000 hits for Craig Biggio. It ties the ball game. He arrived 20 years ago from Smithtown, New York with Texas-sized dreams. And now, as he's mobbed by his teammates, those dreams have become reality. And they'll be recognized someday in another town in New York, Cooperstown. 3,000 hits for Craig Biggio, the 27th man to reach that figure.
You think of the thousands and thousands of players that have played Major League Baseball. Craig is the 27th person in the history of Major League Baseball to achieve 3,000 hits. I don't think people really understand what a huge accomplishment this is.
It's such an amazing thing for fans to get into, and when it's your guy that has never played anywhere else, it's a wonderful thing.
Great way to end a long, good career.
I've said for a long time, I love these guys, I love this city, I've worked hard here, and they appreciated that. I mean, trying to stay focused, but you're getting a standing ovation every single time up there, you go up there, hit. I mean, it's a pretty nice appreciation, and I'm very grateful, very thankful for a lot of things. Obviously, there's a lot of things that have happened here over the course of my 20-year career, but I mean, tonight is, I think is the best. I mean, I wanted him on that field, between the lines, one more time with me, to really let the fans say goodbye, say hello, say thank you for so many things. He deserved it. I wanted him to enjoy it and be out there one more time with me.
Dragging me out there tonight, I mean, that just tells you what kind of guy he is, that he wants to be out there with me. I mean, that's ridiculous. This is his night, and I'm the fortunate one that had a chance to play with him.
I mean, that is such a massive number, and it's crazy, really thinking about it. That, I mean, you got that number and my name's next to it. It's pretty, I can't believe it right now, to be honest with you.
I really enjoyed the press conference this past winter when we announced that Craig was coming back and signed a contract, and we had the Sunshine Kids there. He knew those kids. This wasn't just something that he does for publicity. It's something that he's invested in personally.
The part I think I love about the Sunshine Kids the most is that we're not there for finding a cure. This is all about them. It's all about their families, and like the family friends of mine that lost their son. I knew what they went through. It's anybody that's seen it or been around it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So, and I know that I've been able to impact their life a lot, but I think they impact my life more. They keep me who I am because of them. They are some special kids that never asked for this ever in their life. I'm so grateful to be able to be around those kids all the time.
Don't let her get you. Boy.
Craig Biggio is as synonymous to the Sunshine Kids as he is to the Houston Astros. For the better part of his career, you could find the yellow pin proudly displayed on his cap in honor of his little friends battling cancer.
That pin has been on his hat all these years, and it just symbolizes so much, and I hope that that's as big a part of his legacy as his play at second base.
We have a bulletin board in our kitchen, and we have many Sunshine Kids letters and pictures on it, reminding us of how special they are to us and how lucky we are to be associated with them.
When I say that I want this for the fans, it's part of it too, because we don't raise $2.5 million without the fans and without the people in the community. Part of getting that hits thing is for them because they are good to me. They are good to my friends, and help back and give back that way. And it is something that will never go away, at least as long as I'm here.
And long after Craig Biggio is gone from the game of baseball, his legacy will live on not only with the Sunshine Kids, but with his fans, his teammates, and his family. His 3,000 hits virtually ensures his ticket to Cooperstown, and he will no doubt be remembered as one of the greatest Houston Astros of all time.
He was a Hall of Famer 2 or 3 years ago. He didn't need these last couple of years to do that. But as far as his Hall of Fame credentials, I mean, every time you turn around, he's passing Honus Wagner or Babe Ruth. The list of people that he's in there with are pretty high cotton.
If I was voting, he'd get my vote.
Oh, wow. I mean, that's like the ultimate. There's nothing else better to end your career in a place like Cooperstown.
I play the game the same way as I did when I was 22, as I do, or actually when I was 5. As I do as a 41-year-old. There's only one way to play it. That's it, and that means a lot to me. So I guess that's really how I'd like to be remembered.
People getting those photos now of Craig Biggio doffing his batting helmet, the dirtiest one in baseball, to this adoring crowd. Another sellout crowd for the Astros. They're 22nd of the year. And Carlisle delivers ball 1. Biggio at 251 has 10 homers, 50 runs batted in with 3 hits in this series. Last night he started at catcher and he went 2 for 4, catching 2 innings and then moving to second base. Anderson draws the throw. The crowd standing for this first Biggio at bat of the day.
Well, he's either going to get 3 hits or go deep today. One or the other. It's going to be something big.
You know that. Connor and Cavan, along with Quinn, a part of the pregame festivities, throwing out the first ball. Hitter among right-handed batters picks up another one, number 668. What a way to go out.
Fastball about mid-thigh, middle of the plate, and like he has done so many times in his career, he whacks it into the left field corner. How many times have we seen that swing in this finish?
And at age 41, he will not be deterred from running hard all the way up the first baseline and making that left turn. There's ball 1 to Lance Berkman. 668 two-base hits, 5th on the all-time list. Craig Biggio is doing a victory lap around Minute Maid Park, trying to get to as many fans as he possibly can. With
legs will hold out after all the emotions of the day. He will be exhausted tonight and all that he has gone through emotionally, but this is a nice touch. Chance for Gage to say thank you to the fans and for them to return the favor.
Leaning over the Nine Amigos restaurant there, he doffs his cap to them. Can't get up that high to shake their hands. And he wants to make sure he acknowledges every single person if he can before leaving the field for the last time. Photographers are flocking down the left field line now to catch the last part of this victory lap. There was a fan favorite, you're looking at him.
You know a man by the company he keeps. I want more than that. All right, now we're moving on. And I guess you liked the video. Pretty nice, huh? What a story. And now I welcome to the podium one of truly the all-time greats, not only as an Astro, but in the history of baseball, number 5, Jeff Bagwell.
Thank you. You know, as I watched that video, it brought back tremendous memories of that night. Truly, honestly, it was one of the most special days that I've ever been associated with the game of baseball. The joy that I felt for Craig, his family, and all Houston Astro fans was kind of overwhelming. I came down from that box and I was really moved, and that was cool. And I really can say I was so proud of you. We talk about that one night, but it goes way beyond one night. You know, we had to get some hits up to 3,000. I was very fortunate and privileged to have an opportunity to play with you for 15 years. I got to see a bunch of those hits. I had to stand here and wait to get when you took the balls and you threw them into the dugout. But I was more than willing to do that. This truly is a family here with the Astros. As we sit down here and all these people here, these are people that meant a lot to Craig. Patty and your family, I've been there through the entire thing. Growing up, Connor and Kevin and the beautiful little girl. It's just, I am just so proud to be friends with you. It really is special. And as we sit here, I think the thing that came over that message over there that was very important is there's only one Astro. And for Craig to spend his entire career with one organization, to get 3,028 hits with one team, that is great in this day and age, and I'm very, very proud of you. I love you, brother.
Thank you very much, Jeff. And now, we welcome to the podium a young man who's looking forward to having his dad around the house a bit more, and in the fans cheering him in his games as he comes to the stage to share a few words about his father. Please welcome Craig's oldest son, Connor Biggio.
Good afternoon. My name is Connor Biggio, and it is an honor to speak to you all today. I know I'm here to talk about my wonderful father, but I would like to take the opportunity to say a couple thank yous. On behalf of my mother, my brother Kevin, and my sister Quinn, we would like to say thank you to all you Astro fans for all your support you have given my family through all of the years. You have treated us with great kindness. Please know how much we appreciate you all. We love the BGO. BGO. To Mr. and Mrs. McLean, thank you for the opportunity you've given my dad to play for one team his entire career. We were all born here in Houston, and to watch him play in our hometown is truly amazing. Thank you. A special thank you to manager Phil Garner. Thank you for the thrill of being with our dad on his road to 3,000. Being able to be the bat boys, bring the official balls to the umpires, and allowing us to run in the field for hit number 3,000. That was truly, it's amazing. A memory of a lifetime. We cannot thank you enough. We'll never forget it. We spent our entire childhood running around the Astrodome in Minute Maid Park. Thanks to Dennis Laborio, Barry Waters, and all the clubhouse guys, and all my father's teammates that had to put up with my brother and I. Jeff, I feel like I've known you my whole life. Well, I have known you my whole life. You are very special to our family. We are very proud of you and think it is cool that you and my dad were allowed to share their careers together. Congratulations on your hole-in-one. Did my dad ever pay you for that? Many people ask me what it is like to have Craig Biggio as a father. My father is simply amazing. He may not have been there at every Little League game or any birthdays, but we always knew in our hearts he was there. He taught us life's most valuable lessons by the way he came to game baseball. He taught us respect, hard work, integrity, loyalty, and courage. He taught us how to stay true to God. He taught us about charity and kindness to the Sunshine Kids. Most of all, he taught us about love. By the way he loves the city of Houston, how he loves the game of baseball, the people important to him, but most of all, the way he loves us. We see it in his eyes and we feel it in our hearts. Dad, I am so proud of you. It is really cool to have a dad as a Major League Baseball player, and especially having 3,000 hits. I love you. You're my best friend. We are so excited you're coming home. Thank you.
And he's going to high school next week. Son of a gun. And don't ever come by the booth again or I'll lose my job. He's too good. Thank you, Connor. It's no secret that Craig Biggio has played the game right. He hustles, he grinds, always leaving it all on the field. This passion and drive follows Craig outside the lines of the diamond as he spends countless hours with his charitable work. Where Craig really shines in the community is his work with the Sunshine Kids organization. Since the early 1990s, Craig has played an active role with this support organization for children with cancer and their families. You very rarely see Craig without the bright yellow Sunshine Kids logo on his cap. He hosts an annual baseball party at Minute Maid Park where more than 100 children with cancer play baseball with Biggio serving as a pitcher. They get a lot of hits. The Biggios also host a holiday party at the Sunshine Kids house in Houston that they helped restore and furnish. And through the annual Sunshine Kids Celebrity Golf Classic, Biggio has raised over $2.5 million for the Sunshine Kids over the past 15 years. No ceremony for number 7 would be complete without a personal visit from our friends at the Sunshine Kids. So please welcome now a young man who met Bidge as a young cancer patient at the age of 6 and since has become close friends with Craig. Please welcome Sunshine Kid Frankie Velasquez and the executive director of the organization, G.W. Bailey.
Craig, you have shown me a love for baseball and a love for life. I only hope that there will be others that follow in your footsteps and give what you have given to me. You are without a doubt the heart and soul of the Houston Astros. Thank you for all the wonderful years and memories. And as a token of my appreciation, I give this as a gift from me.
Craig, Patty, guys, nice video. On behalf of children with cancer, not only in Houston, Texas, but all across this country, whose lives you have profoundly touched, we give this small token of our love, appreciation for what you have done these years. Thank you, Craig.
Thank you very much, Frankie and GW. As careers go ahead and head toward the end of a fabulous career, and Craig now is in the home stretch, his name is often prefaced with the phrase, future Hall of Famer. His career numbers and reputation within the game surely make this moniker a true statement. In an effort to get that exhibit started for our friends in Cooperstown, we now welcome Craig along with Astros President, Baseball Operations. Tal Smith is coming up, General Manager Tim Purpura. They are all joined here at the front by the Director of Communications from the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, Mr. Brad Horn. For those of you in the rafters, it's a bat, a jersey, a cap, and the batting gloves the very night when he got the 3,000th hit. Now, Brad, we give you those and take good care of them because in the next few years we want to be there with Craig and look at them all over again at Cooperstown. We're all proud of the great event, no doubt about it. You joined a very exclusive club that evening. And now the members all enshrined in Cooperstown in a special tribute and a gift for you. The Astros have collected several letters from other members of the 3,000 Hit Club and framed them so you can always remember that special moment and those who have gone before you. The letters include notes from the all-time hit king Pete Rose, Robin Yount, Al Kaline, Wade Boggs, and Carl Yastrzemski. We hope that you will cherish this piece for years to come. That's it right there. And now to share a few words about our hero and make a few more presentations, we welcome the owner of the Houston Astros, Drayton McClain, Jr.
Well, this is a great occasion, not only for the Houston Astros, the city of Houston, and all of Texas and the Southwest. Craig, we have the greatest fans in all America, so congratulations to all of you. To Craig, but equally as important to Patty and to Connor, Kevin, and Quinn. The real judge of everyone are our families. And you are a great example, and your family is a great example for us. And Connor, all of the politicians better enjoy right now, because they're going to have some real competition in just a few years. But congratulations to you and your entire family. Baseball has many joys, but one of the greatest is memories. We have all kinds of memories, and for Craig and Patty and your family, you've given us 20 years of memories. Thank you for these great memories, and we look forward to the game today, so more memories to come. As has been pointed out, Craig is the 27th person to achieve 3,000 hits. So if you look way over 100 years of Major League Baseball, that's a most unusual accomplishment for the literally thousands of people that have played baseball. Craig is 27, but as we stand here today, he's actually, with 3,028 hits, he's 20th. So he's moving up, and we hope more to come. What we appreciate to Craig and to Patty, that they were drafted by the Houston Astros. Every part of his professional career has been with the Houston Astros. We thank you. You had options. Barry Axelrod, his agent, we all talked many times over the years, and you have honored us and given us great memories by starting your career here and finishing your career here. We thank you a great deal for that. What's really important in life, whatever we do, is for quality. Craig is a champion. I love to think of Craig as I think of the Houston Astros and what we want to become. It's to be the best and be a champion. And his will to win is as strong as I've ever seen. And he truly, for these 20 years, has been an important part of the heartbeat of the Houston Astros. So we thank you for being that and helping build the Astros for what they are. But other things you've done, you've set good examples. You've been a role model for each of us. And what you've done with the Sunshine Kids has been remarkable. But I've seen you in many other charities. We've never approached you that you weren't willing to participate and continue to be involved, and that was as late as 2 days ago. So you continue to be that outstanding human being, and thanks for these great memories. I have a very important responsibility, and I don't think either one of you are you and I are trustworthy, so we're going to ask Patty to join you. The Houston Astros, for 20 years of great memories and a champion, we have a gift that we want to give to Patty and to Craig. It is a crystal regular bat that was designed by an artist that lives in Seattle, Michael Buckrush, and Michael has created this bat. Patty, will you come and supervise the two of us while we do this? Well, we're going to trust Patty as she keeps this, but this is something that lasts a lifetime and many generations, and it's from the love and the appreciation from the Houston Astros. We're very, very thankful. Something that will help us always remember Craig and what he accomplished. Craig and Patty and the children, if you'll stand, we have a permanent sign that's going to stay in Minute Maid Park for the next 75 years. That's for Craig Biggio and the 3,000 hit and the great memories. I present to you Craig Biggio.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. I thought that this was going to be pretty easy, but I don't think so. I mean, how do you follow up a 14-year-old right there that did the speech from unbelievable? So how about that? Let's give him a round of applause for that one. I mean, this is, it's a very overwhelming experience for a player. I just love to play the game, but to have this many people come out and honor you is one of the ultimate compliments you can have. Fan appreciation is what it's all about, and getting your respect is the most important thing to any player. And for having you all come out today and over the course of 20 years has been it's beyond words. I mean, I'm a very lucky man. I get to play this game in the big leagues. I am so lucky. I have an Astro uniform on that I wore for 20 years. I mean, I know how hard it is to get here. And I know all the kids and Little League fields across the nation. You have big dreams. You should go for it. I'm a person that can vouch for that. I wasn't the biggest kid. I wasn't the strongest kid. But you got a big heart and you got a dream and you got to go for it. And don't let anybody ever crush your dreams at all. If you want to be a big league baseball player, go for it. I've had so many people in my life that, I mean, I know I'm going to miss some of them. But Nolan Ryan, in my early years, I mean, they were so instrumental to me. I learned so much from those guys, just on what the game was about, how to respect the game, respect the media, and just do it the right way. And those years to me were so valuable. And I think it really set the standard for who I became because of Nolan and Matt Galante and all the other guys that were around during that time. I had two owners, John McMullen, who actually gave me the opportunity to sign here and play here, and was a great friend, and Drayton McLean over the last 15 years, and Elizabeth kept me here. And I love you guys. I couldn't ask for anything better than that. How lucky am I? Thank you. The teammates along the way. Casey Candell. I know you all remember Casey. He's legendary. I tell you, he's one of the funniest people I've ever been around. And you want to have a guy on your team that knows the game. If you can get past him being a comedian, he knows the game better than anybody. If I was ever to manage, he'd be one guy that I would call. I'm very lucky to be around people like that. Doug Drabeck, Greg Swindell. I mean, there's just a lot of players along the way that I've been very lucky. There's two that are not here that I wish were here, and that's Ken Caminiti and Darryl Kyle. They were good men. They are good men, good people who love their family, and I think about them every day. And Nancy, I look in your girl's eyes, and I miss them every day. Kendall, I love your dad. And I guess I can't leave out the best of all. I think he's the number 5, Jeff Bagwell. Where do I start? I mean, he was competing against Ken Caminetti in spring training for the job, so I was kind of torn whether I liked this guy or not. But Yogi Berra was one of the bench coaches at the time, and he said, hey, these guys are doing way too good, and let's put them at first base. And the rest was history. I couldn't think of a better person to be associated with and to have your name associated with than Jeff Bagwell. He is the class of the game. He's a respected role model in the community, and he's just an overall good guy and a good dad. And I've been very honored to be able to play with him over 15 years, and to finally get to the World Series with him was one of the greatest experiences I've ever had. Baggy, I love you. I'm sorry that, well, I guess all things got to come to an end, but I couldn't think of a better person to play the game with, and I love you and we'll be friends forever. And for the fans, I don't know what to say other than you guys have been unbelievable. I mean, I think my son summed it up the best. What do you say? I mean, you guys are just, I mean, for 20 years, let me in your living rooms and watched us and supported us, and I thank you for that, and I love you for that, and I'm going to miss you. God bless you.
While we're getting ready for the last moment of the ceremony, maybe you can help the folks moving everything. Give it a little Biggio, Biggio. All right, now we're going to meet the young lady who throws those fastballs and sliders and splitters, and her dad better be ready. Let's do it here because Craig's daughter, Quinn, is going to toss out our ceremonial first pitch to Dad. As they go out there, you know the night he did it, she had on one top, but underneath that top was a jersey that said 3,000 hits, and she couldn't wait to tear it off, because that was it. All right, pal. All right, Quinn. Yes, it's a strike. It's a strike. And now as they take the victory tour, let's hear it from all the great fans of Craig Biggio and the Houston Astros for Craig and the entire Biggio family. And there they go for the big ride. You'll be able to watch him go all the way around the track. Holy Toledo, what a day. And let's go to our fabulous PA announcer, Bob Ford, who has some special instructions for all of you for later on. Bob?
Thank you, Milo. If you've received your Craig Biggio 3,000th hit shirt on the way in, we ask that you don it in the 7th inning stretch. It's the 7th for 7, a little bit later on in today's game.